agree. Right. All right then. Well, on that note, let's get into some rants. Let's get into some stories. If you do have any stories that you want to submit, remember all of these are treated anonymously. You can send me a message on Instagram at the Jobs Fuck Podcast, or you can send me an email at thejobpod25@gmail.com. All of this, like I said before, will be in the description of this episode. So I've got one here. I went to a sudden death. Fucking hell. So I'll read over some of these. And sometimes you only really skim read them. I just kind of get the feel of them. And I've just read a bit further on, so I'm looking. Went to a sudden death where he was an old boy, probably around 80 to 90 years old. He lived on his own, but he had an adult son. Anyway, he was found dead in bed and had unfortunately died on the job with his blow-up doll. I had to break the news to his son that his dad had died, but his stepmom was still full of life.
Ah, for fuck's sake, man. I mean, some of these things you just think they must be made up, but you can guarantee they're not.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
the stepmom full of life bit killed me.
like, honestly, if you didn't do the job, you'd think that is 100% made up. I've experienced it, you'd probably think that's true.
Yeah, I mean, I know from personal experience, like I've gone to jobs and I've told people afterwards and they've been like, fuck off, that didn't happen. Like, I'm telling you, that happened. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I get sent some which it's obviously like a bit of a rumor, but there probably is a bit of nugget of truth to it. But then I just get some like that, which I'm like, that's too ridiculous to not be true because of the nature of the job we do.
Fucking hell, man. That's
So
pretty emotional.
How would you have broken the news to that son?
Hey, but you surely can't tell him who was in the bed with him. Yeah, you just need to keep it. Your dad is a lovely fella, and that was that.
He died doing what he loved. He died peacefully.
He died doing what he loves. Just leave it at that. You can't bring the sidekick into it.
Fucking hell. What, do you reckon he should have gone to the funeral?
Aye. Get a nice
dress. Should have been fucking stood there. Like, did he get a veil?
Aye, part of the family section at the front.
Secret at the front. Oh, anyway. Right, next one. I remember in my probation going to a concern for welfare for an old lady. On looking through the window, I could see her lying on the floor by the fireplace. There's a few death ones coming in, been sent in. I know. Great start. Her back was to the window. She was unresponsive, so in went the door. It was my first sudden death. I was nervous as anything, so I entered the address and approached her carefully. As I leaned over her, she opened her eyes and groaned. I fucking shit myself. I let out a scream and involuntarily threw myself back very quickly and landed on the seat of her wingback chair, which then tipped over backwards, leaving me looking up at the ceiling with my feet in the air. The cot with me was in tears, laughing while trying to summon an ambulance. Thankfully, I've always been able to laugh at myself when I fuck up.
So, was she still alive?
No, she was dead, but obviously, like,
the wee fucking motion.
Bodies make sounds and stuff, don't they?
Then she'd end up in the fucking Graham Norton chair, legs up.
Well, I remember going to a job. Again, it was a sudden death, and I had a special constable with me, and she'd never been to a death before. So I took her up, and we was like respectful and everything else. So we went upstairs to where this lady had passed away, and we then checked the body over. So I said, okay, take hold of him, bring her towards me. So we brought her towards me. And then as I did the same to her, so I looked on the other side, the lady, she hadn't gone completely stiff. So her hand fell and grabbed hold, like kind of touched this cop's arm or leg. So she full on screams and then lets go of this lady and she like proper flops back onto the bed. Thankfully, the family didn't hear. And I then obviously had to go down and do the rest of the paperwork and stuff. But when I got back in that car, fuck me, I found that funny. How I did not burst out laughing at the time.
Some of the times are just horrendous when you're like, everything in your mind saying do not laugh, and it's just like that. It's the most inappropriate times to laugh, and it's just the worst feeling ever. Sudden death were one of the actual calls. I never really, you get used to most things. Every time I got a sudden death, I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sake. It's just something I just hated. I hated it every single
Really?
time.
They never bothered me.
No, I don't know what it was. I just fucking every time I just found it so depressing. Just thinking about the last movements, and then you're seeing them. I don't know. Just never got used to it. It didn't bother me that much. I'm not affected by it or anything. It's just like every time a call came in for a sudden death, I'm like, oh, fuck off.
It used to make me laugh, actually. I remember it's probably quite inappropriate of me, this. But I remember I got shouted up to go to a sudden death, and it was on what was called a grade 2. So you have to get there in an hour. So about 20 minutes, half an hour had gone by, and I was getting my kit on and everything else. And he shouted me up and he said, are you nearly there? And I shouted up and went, yeah, I'll be there soon. They're not going to get any more dead.
I'm not going anywhere.
I think we started had a word with me after that. It's like, all right,
Aye.
we get what you're saying, but calm the
Don't
fuck
do
down.
it. Aye.
So
True
anyway, yeah, they never used to bother me. And by the sounds of it, you had a lot more empathy and compassion than I did. So this next one, a few years back, I was going to court to get an open space closure order approved. I walk in all serious and get into the courtroom, sit down, open my bag, then suddenly I get a whiff of cat piss. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is that? Then it hits me. My bastard cat has got into my bag and pissed all over my court documents. So there I am, stood in front of the judge with paperwork that smells like a litter tray.
An open what?
So I think it's to if you've got like a house which is causing loads of problems in the community, you can go get it like a closure order.
Thing.
Yeah, that kind of thing where you basically kick them all out and shut the house down.
Right, okay. I've never heard of that before. And in terms of open space, what it was called?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was called a closure order where we were.
Okay.
So, yeah, open space closure order. So, yeah, that sort of thing. But imagine standing there talking to the judge or the magistrate. And I mean, cat piss stinks anyway.
Aye,
so
it's not a good place to be.
So they be standing there going, "You okay, officer? You look like you're getting a bit upset now." It's like, no, just my eyes are stinging. Fucking Tiddle's got in my bag.
Aye, yeah, I feel as I can smell it. It's fucking stinking.
Yeah.
Not a good place to be.
I've been into some houses before where they have like indoor cats, and indoor cats are fine. You just got to make sure your house is clean. And you walk in, it's like someone punches you in the face. Like the smell can be overpowering.
I used to find that, see, in the winter, when you're obviously dressed like underneath your body, you've got jumpers on, you've got a fucking hat on, everything. Then some of the houses you go into are just hotter than the surface of the earth. And then you go in and you're instantly baking within 30 seconds, but they call you're taking a statement or something that takes half an hour and just getting more and more fucking heated up and horrible.
Sweating.
Aye. You never found a happy medium if you wear your t-shirt, be fucking freezing outside, but then you don't wear your t-shirt and you wear a jumper and you're going to these houses and you're instantly pouring a sweat. I never found a good balance for
that. Yeah, I know what you mean. And sometimes you're like, I could take off my jacket. Or the worst one is when you're kind of stuck is like, I don't know if you had it, like the shell suits you have, the shell jacket.
Yeah.
You put that on and then you put your body armor over the top so it like stay in and stay warm. See, that's all right. That's all right, but if you get too hot, then you've got to start taking all your fucking kit off as well. And sometimes you just don't want to be vulnerable like that.
No chance. No chance.
I can imagine in fucking Glasgow as well.
Yeah.
We'll let you. We'll make you laugh. So, was doing a Section 18 search, so searching somebody's home following somebody being locked up. I was with a student, and the student thought he'd found a few kilograms of cocaine under the bed in a brown box hidden underneath the bed. He then went to start bagging up this white powder before I stopped him. It turns out it wasn't a bag of cocaine, but instead it was the suspect's dad's ashes.
Jesus fuck. Again,
That's
it's one of those things
that
sounds made up. Like, it sounds like that's got to be a lot of shite. Like, that's got to be made up. But knowing what probationers get up to, but cops in general, to be fair, that sounds pretty legitimate. It sounds like it's something that could actually happen.
Imagine that, though. Imagine if they hadn't clocked it. Imagine if they had clocked it and you went to custody and they pulled out this bag and showed the suspect and then said, "What's this?"
Right.
So around and go, "It's my fucking dad."
That's my dad, mate. Fuck. I mean, like I said, it sounds one of those things that must be made up, but it's probably not.
Absolutely horrendous. And then you go on to say, writing that in my tutor diary, nothing has ever made me so happy. Yeah, you'd get the absolute piss taken out of you for that. That's funny. That I mean, it's horrendous. It's horrific, but it's also really funny.